So when you first went inside, take me through what you began to see.
Well, we couldn't really see too much. There was actually, the smoke was so thick, you couldn't see a hand in front of your face. Wasn't really a lot of heat at that point when we went in on the seaside of the building. But when we first entered in on the seaside to do a search of the second floor apartment, we couldn't really see much. We were searching around the living room. We could feel furniture. We were just trying to find victims at that point because just before we entered, we reconfirmed with Justin, is there anybody inside? And we didn't know. So at that point, when we went in there, you just couldn't see anything. You were just going off the feel of your hands and your knees, feeling what you could for furniture, trying to see if you could find anybody.
And when we first entered in the back of the building, we had visibility was about normal. We had a heavy smoke condition. We probably had a foot or so of visibility in front of us at the floor. So on our hands and knees, we had about a foot of visibility. Heat was very low. We didn't have a high heat condition, but we had a moderate to heavy smoke condition. We made the searches in those apartments in the back of the building relatively quickly. We were in and out, 5-6 minutes. We had everything searched in the back. Our engine crew actually split in half. We had 2 firefighters that went off and searched one apartment. Myself and Scott searched one of the other second floor apartments, and we made it in, searched them really quick, and kind of bumped into each other back out in the back doorway. We had to relocate then to the other side of the building to get in that door to check those other apartments. So initially our search was very typical, was kind of in and out. It was fast. Primary searches, which is what this would be considered, that's what they are. They're kind of a rough search, really fast through a building, just to make sure that there's nobody laying by a window, laying by a door, on a bed, hiding somewhere, kind of typical places that we would look real quick, in and out, which is what they did. The crews did a great job. It was a really fast, considering the conditions, visibility was very poor, but heat was low in the rear of the building. We didn't have a whole lot of heat.
And then you go to the other room in the other section, and that's where things begin to become complicated.
Yeah, initially in the back of the building, we had a hose line with us. We had stretched a line up to the back of the building. We had it with us, but because of the way the line was run up to the back of the building, it wouldn't make it around the corner to go in with us into that other side of the building, that Delta side, what we consider the Delta side door. So I had taken the other half of the crew to send them down to get another line and stretch it up to that other door. I knew time was tight. We were running on borrowed time as far as the fire conditions. I could just tell that fire was really getting going, and I really wanted to get into those apartments to make sure that there was nobody in there, in particular on that second floor, which was right above the business, which is where the bulk of the fire was when Oxford's engine first arrived, when they first arrived. So I knew we were limited on time. So I sent the other 2 members of the crew down to grab another hand line and bring it up to the door. And that's when I decided Scotty and I were going to go in and search that apartment on the second floor.
And once you got into that apartment, what did you guys find?
Visibility was zero. Couldn't see a hand in front of your face. We were going, firefighters know what 100% by feel. We were 100% by feel in that second floor apartment, and the heat was evident. Manageable heat, but it was much warmer there than it was in the back side of the building. We knew we were over or very close to where that fire was or where it was extending.